नमस्कार। श्रीमान् वेङ्कटनाथार्यः कवितार्किककेसरी वेदान्ताचार्यवर्यो मे सन्निधत्तां सदा हृदि श्रीकृष्णमार्यं करुणालयन्तं वेदान्तयुग्मं समतीतवन्तं वत्साभिजातं विदुषां वरेण्यं श्रीभाष्यसिंहं प्रणमामि नित्यम् अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः. Namaskaram everyone. My name is Krishnavarahan from Geneva, Switzerland. I would like to thank Samskriti Europe for giving me an opportunity to talk a few words about vaccination in this Margazhi Utsavam. Samskriti Europe has been successfully doing their third edition of Margazhi Mahautsavam, and it is quite an honor for me to speak a few words in this auspicious event. You might wonder, what does the topic called vaccination has to do with Margazhi? Oh, right. It's winter month, and so we all take flu shot to avoid the effect of flu, etc. Is he going to talk about something on flu shots? Is he a doctor that advising us to get all vaccinated? Don't worry, don't worry. I am not a doctor, but I am a patient who has seen the good, positive effects of vaccination. As you know, the new year had begun, and many people would have taken a resolution to become physically fit. This would mean hitting the gym or following latest trendy health fitness regime. So when you do some fitness regime, what you generally do is you share it to others, right? Oh, this worked for me. This type of exercise, cardio worked. Try it out. It will be useful for you. So we share our tips and ideas to each other so that everyone would get benefited. The same way, I have come here to share a few words about what I got benefited so that you can also get benefit from the same. Coming back to the topic, we protect our body by taking vaccines. This starts right from the childbirth, where a child is vaccinated for various diseases, and it is few vaccines are valid for the entire lifetime. When we talk about vaccine, the first thing now everybody comes into our mind is COVID. Yes, exactly. We all got vaccinated, and we also got booster shots to ensure that we keep the virus at bay. So we do a lot of things to protect this body, which is going to perish one day or the other. But there is something within us that never perishes, and that is Atma. Well, the Westerners they say it as soul, etc. But I wouldn't agree to that definition. But anyway, I would for this upanyasam I would stick with Atma. Lord Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, "Na jayate mriyate," when he talks about Atma. So, which means that Atma is neither created and it never perishes, and it is eternally available, or it is eternally present. So now you might ask, what are we doing to protect this Atma? You would immediately say, have you forgotten something? Just not even few seconds before you said Atma never perishes. So if it never perishes, why it needs to be protected, and from whom it needs to be protected? That's a very excellent question, I would say. We all know that everything belongs to Sriman Narayana, and so the Atma also belongs to him. We, the kind of the body, has taken lease from him, and then we are obliged to return back the Atma to him. Just like when you take a car on a lease, what you do, you use the car, but at the same time, you also maintain it well because the owner is someone else. You are not the owner. So, how do you protect the Atma? Well, now comes to the topic of the discourse, the vaccination. The vaccination to protect Atma is Sharanagati. But what is Sharanagati? Sharanagati is an act of surrendering ourselves to the lotus feet of Sriman Narayana. That is the only vaccine that protects the Atma and returns to its original owner. My Kalakshepa Guru, Sri APN Swami, used to say, Sharanagati is like chota recharge, but full talk time. That is, the act of surrender is very, very small, but the benefit you get is abundant. And again, if I go back to Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, and everybody would know this shloka, Sarvadharman Parityajya Mamekam Sharanam Vraja Aham Tva Sarva Papebhyo Mokshayishyami Ma Chuchaha. So again, he emphasized that Sriman Narayana is the only one who can grant us moksham, and to attain moksham, you need to surrender to him. So, taking the clue from Perumal, all the acharyas and alvas have followed the same, and they have also mentioned it in their prabandhams or pasurams. Well, this is the month of Margazhi, and Margazhi speciality is Andal's Tirupavai. So it would be unjust that if I don't talk anything about Tirupavai. If you see, Andal in her first Pasuram itself mentions it, Narayanane Namakke Parai Tarvan. So he is the only one who can give us or grant us moksham. And what is moksham? Is the liberation from this eternal cycle of birth and death. We have heard various songs about ships, etc. But I would say the only ship that helps to cross the ocean of samsara is worship. And to whom we should worship? It's none other than Sriman Narayana. So Perumal he came as Krishna, he told his advice. Unfortunately, not many people listened to it. Then he came as various alvars, and then still not many people followed. So then he saw still many people are suffering in this world. So out of his compassion, he gave us acharyas like Swami Ramanuja, Swami Vedanta Desikan, and many more. Swami Ramanuja is known as Tirupavai Jiyar because he used to chant Tirupavai every day. Swami Ramanuja had demonstrated us the importance of Sharanagati and also composed Sharanagati Gadyam, where he used the same phrase from Bhagavad Gita, the same shloka as Sarvadharman Parityajya. Because we always say that, okay, we should follow our elders. So our elder people have shown the way how to perform Sharanagati. So we should also follow the same. Another great Acharya, Swami Vedanta Deshikan, who follows Swami Ramanuja to the T, also mentions the importance of Sharanagati and composed numerous works like Nyasa Dashakam, Nyasa Vimshati, etc. The same process is being followed by our own Acharyans till date, and they are the competent person who can help us to perform Sharanagati. So now one may ask, okay, you have talked about Sharanagati, and through Sharanagati, I would attain moksham. So that means if I'm in doubt, can I perform Sharanagati multiple times? This reminded me of an incident. A person was traveling in a bus and he purchased three tickets to the same destination and kept it in various pockets in his shirt and trousers. The person sitting next to him saw this and he was very puzzled. And one cannot control the curiosity, right? And he said, "Excuse me, sir, I don't see your family, but I see you have got three tickets and you have kept it at various places in your pockets. What is the reason behind it?" The person who got the tickets said, "Oh, what happens if I misplace a ticket? Then I have another ticket as a backup. So that's why I always buy three tickets so that I don't misplace any one of the ticket." The onlooker was amused and said, "What happens if all the three tickets are misplaced?" Then the person who got the ticket turns to him and says that, "Sir, do you think that I would take such a risk of losing all the three tickets? Never. See, that's why I also have a bus pass with me. So why would I lose all the three tickets? Right? Do you remember this famous joke?" Exactly. But now, if you try to apply the same analogy to Sharanagati, then you are in for a surprise. Again, my Acharya used to say that performing multiple Sharanagati for the same result is like clicking two times in a Facebook or an Instagram post. First time when you click, what happens? Your like is being registered. But when you click again, your like is removed. It's not registered, right? The same way, if you perform multiple times for the same cause, then the result gets nullified. Finally, I would like you all to remember this important phrase: body needs vaccination and Atma needs renunciation, which is Sharanagati. Please reach out to your elders in the family and seek their advice and perform Sharanagati and save the Atma. Please do mention in comments after you perform Sharanagati, and I hope by the start of the next edition of Margazhi Utsavam, many would have protected your Atma. I thank once again Samskriti Europe for giving me an opportunity to talk a few words about Sharanagati. Looking forward to see you all in the next edition of Margazhi Utsavam. कवितार्किक सिंहाय कल्याण गुणशालिने श्रीमते वेंकटेशाय वेदांत गुरवे नमः. धन्योस्मि.